Hello Taurus, Elsie here with a quick bonus read. How are you, my bull gang? I hope you're well. Thought I'd just come here and drop a bonus read for you before the week starts. And let's find out what's going on for you, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you so much for clicking here. I appreciate you. Hey, just want to let you know that there's just 4 days left on the sale, right? 10% off of all the services until 11:59 p.m. on the 20th. The pinned comment has your coupon code. Whew. Gosh, I'm glad retrograde is over, but I mean, we still have the shadow phase, but I've been having a hard time with this full moon and retrograde and Uranus and, oh my gosh, Jupiter and all that stuff. Here we are. Okay, there it is. We start with the Queen of Wands. Tell me about Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell me about Taurus. We've got the World card. It's the end of the hard cycle, Taurus. Something here is changing. You're closing the door on something here. You have accomplished a feat that nobody thought you could. I feel that you are at a place now, Taurus, whether it is a business that you opened, whether this is a hard cycle of love. It feels like the Queen of Wands is the one who sits upon the throne in spite of it all, right? The Queen of Wands is one that never lays down, never stops moving, and looks graceful and beautiful or handsome while they're doing it. So the Queen of Wands is here, and I feel like it's a representation of some sort of really tough cycle that you've come through, and you made it look easy, Taurus, is what I want to say. So we do have something that is, there's a cycle or a chapter here that is closing. It's coming to an end, closing the door, but it's because you've mastered something. That's what it feels like. For some of you, you've mastered self-love. For others of you, I feel like you came from a really tough cycle of rebuilding yourself after some sort of relationship fell. Like, I feel like something broke you, I want to say. And it feels like, it was something that you did under the surface by yourself. You didn't ask for help. But I feel like you have now grown to this place where whatever killed you, whatever tried to kill you only made you stronger. And now you're getting up stronger than ever here. Tell me more about Taurus. We've got the Two of Swords in the reverse. I like it. And the Ace of Wands. What else do we have? We have the Six of Pentacles. So, Taurus, I feel like for some of you, you're coming out of some really tough cycle, closing the door on that, and finally moving. There's movement here. You finally decided, you know what, I have to leave that behind. It's done. It's over with. And this is an accomplishment. This is a milestone for you, Taurus. And it feels like it's because you chose yourself. It's because you chose to love yourself. I want to say with the Two of Swords in the reverse is telling me that you're no longer stuck. It's now like you've decided, I'm going for it. You're just going to go for it, Taurus. That's what it feels like. The Six of Coins is telling me here that you have made it to this place of financial stability. So I want to say for those of you who have a business, or you maybe have been working at a job where you've had no tenure, maybe you've been, an associate, someone who started at the ground level, I feel like this is something that is finally you've accomplished. You've got now you're in this place in your work where you are being respected for your work. People see that you make it look easy, even though you've had a lot of trouble along the way, that you've, that a lot of people have maybe thrown things at you, I want to say, or tried to stab you in the back, possibly. But I feel like you're figuring out like Xena warrior princess there. I think you're just catching the arrows as they fly at you in the air. That's what it feels like here. That's what this Ace of Wands is giving me the feeling of. So I think for some of you that this Cancer energy here is telling me that you kept something under the surface, that you didn't want other people to see that you were struggling, other people to see that you were having a really hard time. But now you're on the other side of the hardship, I want to say, and you are looking really good. Whether you're feminine or masculine, you made it look easy, and people are seeing you emerge now as the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a bit of a badass, right? Queen of Wands is the one who just is never going to stop. I'm going to get what I want. I don't really care what you say. You told me I couldn't do it. It feels almost like the emergence of somebody who is going to be putting a finger in other people's face and saying, and you said I couldn't do it. Well, I could. So I feel like you're in a place where, for those of you who were looking at finances, I want to say this: we've got Libra in the hand, right? We're seeing that this Taurus energy. So I want to say that things are now evening themselves out. So if you've been in a place where you haven't been making enough money, or your business has been struggling, or it feels like something is coming back into alignment or is evening itself out, because there's Libra in the hand here. That's what it feels like. But it's because of some sort of decision that you finally made to move forward and emerge from this place of darkness. It's like you're coming out of the cave and people are like, oh, look at that. Like, that's what it feels like. We've got the Page of Swords and we've got the Nine of Wands. This is the lesson. This is the lesson right here. Because look, the Queen of Wands carries a wand, right? And then we've got the Nine of Wands. This is the place where you drop the burdens because you've learned the lesson. Kind of love that. Tell me about the World card here, please. Tell me about Taurus and the World card. Tell me about Taurus and the World card. I feel like for those of you who have, because I feel like I'm really reading for multiple situations. It feels like, Taurus, that for some of you, this feels like the Queen of Wands is somebody who was, somebody put baby in the corner is what it feels like. Somebody like dumped you or ditched you, or something didn't work out and you got burnt, I want to say, and that's why you're forged through fire. And if that's a relationship we're talking about, you're finally in a place now where you have put out the flames, where you have alchemized all of the hardships into love, and I feel like you're ready to love again, is what it feels like. It feels as though it took you a long time to get to this Queen of Wands energy. You could have a fire placement, Taurus, but it looks like it's taken you a long time to get to this fire energy, and now this new path is opening up, something exciting. I feel like this is a blessed path. I want to say we've got the salamander that's there. I want to say that this is a really blessed path, that the universe has literally opened the door for you here, for some sort of new exciting love to show up, possibly for some of you. Tell me about the World card, please. Got the Four of Wands. Yeah, you've got your stability, friend. You did it. You did it for sure. We've got the Six of Swords. Yes, by Cloak of Night. If they don't believe in me, then I'm just going to go. And they're just going to wonder. They're going to wake up one day and say, where'd Taurus go? And you're going to be like, I'm on the path to new love, to loving myself, whatever the Two of Cups is for you. And we have the Knight of Cups. For some of you, it does feel like it was some sort of a romantic connection that I feel that you're emerging from after having, a really bad breakup, being felt terrible because of the way they treated you, but this person made you into the queen. Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying that this is a path that you should have taken. I'm saying that this path did make you the Queen of Wands. There isn't a damn thing that the Queen of Wands can't figure out, right? She's never going to stop moving. And I feel like for some of you that it was a really harsh ending to something that you thought was going to be stable that ended up not being stable. But guess what? I feel like for some of you, you're the one that closed the door. You decided, I don't want to do this to myself anymore. It feels like somebody got boundaries, and the accomplishment or the milestone for you is, I'm never going to be treated like that again. Because it feels like with the Four of Wands, you've got stability in the movement. So you're like left by Cloak of Night. Maybe for some of you, you did. Maybe you just picked up your crap and went when somebody wasn't home. Maybe it's that. Maybe you escaped something. It could be that. Tell me about this Ace of Wands and the Two of Cups, please. And this could be an escape from a job. This could be an escape from a relationship. Whatever the lesson was, you learned the lesson, Taurus, and it's made you the Queen of Wands. Somebody who's really tough as nails. We've got the Temperance energy in the reverse. We've got the Six of Wands, and we've got the Seven of Wands. So you have boundaries now. You have boundaries. That's what's going to drive your success, Taurus, is that you now have boundaries. We go from the Six of Wands, from you being in this successful celebratory energy, having come from the fight or the war and getting your victory, right? But I think what you learned, the lesson that you learned, is to not to trust people when they show up as the Ace of Wands. The Seven of Wands is telling me that you are just going to remain behind the boundaries, stand up for yourself, and maybe be a little more selective with the people that you allow in your life. The Temperance card being in the reverse is a big fat no to me. It's like maybe in the past you were making snap decisions or decisions about people based on what they looked like. Look, we live in a world where people are like, oh, look how beautiful that one is. Look how beautiful this one is. They're a whole freaking pile of hot steaming mess on the inside, but nobody cares because they have the right Botox, or their lips are the right size, or they just have their eyebrows lifted. It's a really superficial world out there, and I feel like that maybe you were making some decisions based on what people looked like instead of what their energy was about. So I feel like with the Ace of Wands being here and the Seven of Wands being here, that you're being really careful, that your armor is on. I want to say you've got your armor on, and you're not letting just anybody pass the boundaries. Nope, you've made some promises to yourself now, Taurus, whether I'm talking about a relationship or a job, a family situation. You are no longer allowing people pass the boundaries until they check out, until you can check them out from a distance. And so I feel like the Six of Pentacles is telling me this is what's going to give you balance, that you're making slower decisions, more practical decisions. I want to say that you're going to make sure that everything is in balance before you move forward, whether that's a new job, a new friendship, a new love, a new commitment, whatever it is. Because I feel like you've come from this hardship place, and the reason why you have movement is because you did close an old chapter. You're never going to be that person again that you were back there. You've learned the lessons of the Queen of Wands now, and you're never going to be that person back there. You're not going to, the Queen of Wands isn't just going to trust everybody that comes along. She's been hurt too much, right? I say she because a woman's on the card, but I'm talking feminine and masculine energies. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Three of Cups. Oh, I have a sneeze. Excuse me. All right. We have the Three of Cups, and we have the Justice card. Yeah, justice is yours in the celebration, my friend, because you're the one that put in all the hard work. I want to say that you've been waiting really a very long time for some sort of hard work to pay off, and this is the hard work that's paying off. So for some of you, it is financial because it might be a business. For some of you, we've got Pentacles here. Something is coming into balance. It feels like you've been working on something for a really long time, or, just forging forward, pushing through the fire. Like it feels like it was a really hard situation for you to handle, Taurus. And it feels like it's like you were, even though the Temperance is in the reverse, you were forging forward anyway. I'm going to get this done. And I feel like things are now going to be coming into balance. You are now walking past the World card into this Fool energy, where you're beginning some sort of a new chapter after closing the door on something else here. Yeah, there it is. Could be money. Look, we've got the Nine of Pentacles. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. And we've got the Judgment card. Look, this decision that you made to leave whatever was back there. Maybe you left a relationship. Maybe you left an old job. Maybe you decided to stop speaking to a member of the family, or you ditched somebody you thought was your friend. It feels like whatever decision you made is renewing you. It's like a renewal here, that the fire is a baptism. It feels like it's a baptism by fire. It's like if you can make it through to the other side, you get to have all of the beautiful things that are on the other side of the World card. And I want to say for some of you, that might be a business. The Nine of Pentacles is here, that you might have been working so hard, putting in so many hard hours into a business, but now the money is going to start to flow here. And you're going to see that that the old life is dead, the old life where you were in strife, and maybe you were rocking between the Six and the Seven of Pentacles because you didn't quite have enough, but you were putting in too many hours. I feel like now you're going to be able, it's going to feel like smooth sailing. For those of you who are talking about a relationship here, I feel like this is a renewed you, like you've been through the baptism by fire. And I want to say that you're standing up strong, that you're stable, and you're secure. You're secure with who you are. You're very confident in who you are now because you've come through with the Queen of Wands. We do have the Ace of Wands here, and I was saying that there's probably some sort of new spark of love that might be showing up here for you. And look, the King of Wands is on the bottom of the deck. I feel like you have a soulmate coming in, and you might not even get along with this person when you first meet them. Isn't that the way? We got the Tower. Oh, they're probably going to show up in a really harsh way. You know what? You might even have an argument with this person and then realize, oh, that person was able to stand up to me. Like, I feel like you're finally meeting your match. Like, I don't mean your love match. I mean like somebody who can take on the Queen of Wands is what I mean. And I feel like, I know that you're an earth sign, but I feel like your fire is like the Queen of Wands. It's like, you need to back up your stuff because you need to stay behind the boundaries because I got my armor on and I'm not letting anybody in. It feels like somebody here is going to be brave enough to try and break through this mental boundary that you've set up here. And I think I think that the universe is going to help by giving you some sort of revelation or realization as you're having some sort of conversation, which I don't believe is really a fight with the King of Wands, but I feel like it's a difference of opinion. So it's going to be a very strong difference of opinion. We don't come from the same walks of life. We don't have the same opinion on things, but I feel like the tower, the realization is, ooh, maybe this is my person. Could be that. Tell me what the outcome is, please. Tell me what the outcome is. We've got the Nine of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the Hermit. Yes. So I feel like you are no longer, because the Queen carries a wand and the Nine of Wands is here, you're putting down the burdens. You've now realized that you never really did have to carry around those burdens, but you felt it was expected of you. I feel like since you become the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Swords is here, you're now speaking your mind. You're no longer remaining quiet, but you are speaking your mind in wisdom. You're saying things that mean something. You've come to a place of this shaman-like sort of energy where you're kind of bossed up in your spirituality, but you're also bossed up in your fire. And the Knight of Swords is telling me, I'm just going to say it. And if you don't like it, it's not a loss. It's alignment. That's kind of been the theme today. It's alignment. Everybody's coming into alignment here because there's so much going on planetarily. And of course, we are in a full moon energy right now, full moon in Gemini, which is sort of making us look at the past and decide what we want for our future. And I think that some people are bossing up their energy and saying, no more, no more. You can't do this to me anymore. No, you can't. You can't be codependent with me. You're not going to make me scared. I don't even fear the devil. In fact, when the devil hears that my feet hit the floor, you're kind of scared of me. So I feel like you're going to be taking some risks. I feel like there's some risks that are coming up here that you'll be taking. We've got the Five of Wands in the reverse. We've got the Ten of Wands in the reverse, dropping these burdens and no longer holding yourself back. It's time to go. Get on another path. This is the spark of excitement of this Ace of Wands that's here. It's time for you to go get what you want. Yep, because everything else is taking care of itself. I'm going to go for now, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here. I hope that was something that you wanted to hear. And I'm going to be back because I'm always back. Love you guys. And I'll see you for the sneak peek tomorrow. Be well. Bye-bye.